Welcome to Euro Bangla City SATV News. This is Shibala Alam with our headlines. Prime Minister stressed building peaceful world relinquishing arms races while addressing closing ceremony of two-day World Peace Conference 2021. Students' protest continues demanding road safety. Half fare will be effective in all city corporations from December 11th. Hurricane Jawad weakened and turned into a deep depression into the Bay. Country may experience 2 cold waves this month, said Met Office. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina today stressed the need for building a peaceful world based on partnership, urging all to use their resources and ensuring universal sustainable development, abandoning arms races. She was addressing the closing ceremony of the 2-day World Peace Conference 2021 in city, joining virtually from her official Ganabhavan residence in Dhaka today. The conference started yesterday at Hotel Intercontinental in the capital on the birth centenary of Father of the Nation, Bangla Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and Golden Jubilee of the country's independence. The Premier said Bangladesh is always ready to work with all based on mutual respect and understanding to fully embrace the ideals of peace of Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Bangladesh to our father. Students of several schools and colleges again took to the streets in Dhaka's Rampura Bridge area today, demanding safe roads. Students used cartoons and placards to protest corruption, looting and mismanagement on the streets. Meanwhile, Bangladesh Transport Owners Association announced that students will be charged half fare in public transport in all cities from 11 December. However, the students will light candles at Shahid Minar tomorrow to protest against the ongoing incidents, mismanagement and corruption on the roads. They have announced to stay on the road until fulfilling the demands. After the death of Notre Dame student Naim in a collision with a city corporation car, the students have been protesting for 11 points. Bangladesh Meteorological Department said cyclonic storm Jawad over West Central Bay and adjoining Northwest Bay moved northwards further and weakened into a deep depression. The depression triggered drizzle in parts of Bangladesh, including the capital today. Maximum sustained wind speed within 48 kilometers of the deep depression center is about 50 kilometers per hour, rising to 60 kilometers per hour in gusts or squalls. Sea will remain rough near the center of the deep depression. Maritime ports of Cox's Bazar, Mongla and Pyra have been advised to keep local cautionary signal number 3 hoisted. All fishing boats and trawlers over North Bay and Deep Sea have been advised to take shelter and remain in shelter till further notice. Temperature will fall and the sky will become clear in 2 days added day. Law Minister Anisul Haq said legal steps are being taken to send BNP chairperson Begum Khaleda Zia abroad. He said it while responding to a question from reporters after a training program of the lawyers. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said the government is pushing Khaleda Zia to her death without sending her abroad. He made the allegation to a rally of Jatiyotabadi Shromik Dol in the capital. Mirza Fakhrul said Khaleda Zia's physical condition is deteriorating day by day. It will be difficult to save her life if she is not sent abroad. The runway of Hazrat Shahjalan International Airport will remain closed from 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. every day from December 10 to 6 months, and some carriers fear there could be service disruption at the airport. The authorities are constructing and expanding taxiways for the third terminal, for which the runway need to remain closed. The 8-hour shutdown means 12 international flights operated by Qatar Airways, Singapore Airlines, Emirates, Saudi Airlines, Turkish Airlines and Malaysian Airlines will have to be rescheduled. Airline operators said 85 to 90 flights will have to depart and land within 16 hours. Welcome back. You're watching Euro Bangla City SATV News. Now the international story updates. At least 14 tribal civilians and 1 security personnel were mistakenly killed when Indian forces opened indiscriminate fire in the remote northeastern state of Nagaland, government and military officials said today. The incident took place in and around Outing village in Mon district. Indian Home Minister Amit Shah said he was anguished at the news of civilians being killed in the incident late on Saturday night. Nagaland's Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio said a probe will be conducted and the guilty punished in the incident, which ascribed to intelligence failure. Meanwhile, angry villagers in India burned army vehicles in protest after more than a dozen people were killed by soldiers who mistakenly believed some of them were militants in the country's remote northeast region along the border with Myanmar, officials said on Sunday. The death toll following the eruption of the highest volcano on Indonesia's most densely populated island of Java has risen to 13, with 7 people still missing, officials said Sunday, as smoldering debris and thick mud hampered search efforts. Semeru, the tallest mountain on Java Island, spewed thick columns of ash more than 12,000 meters, 40,000 feet into the sky, and searing gas and lava flowed down in slopes after a sudden eruption Saturday triggered by heavy rains. Several villages were blanketed with falling ash. He said flows of searing gas and lava travel up to 800 meters, 2,624 feet, to a nearby river at least twice on Saturday. People were advised to stay 5 kilometers from the crater's mouth, the agency said. Entire houses in the village were damaged by volcanic debris and more than 900 people fled to temporary government shelters, Muhari said. The Punjabi police on Sunday identified and arrested 6 more of the main alleged culprits involved in the lynching of 49-year-old Sri Lankan factory manager Priyantha Kumara in Sialkot, Pakistan, over blasphemy allegations. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Imran Khan expressed grief over Mr. Kumara's killing. Imran assures Sri Lankan President culprits will be punished. Khan had given 48 hours to the investigating agencies to bring forth the facts, he said. Mr. Kumara's grieving wife, Niroshi Dhanasinghe, has pleaded with both Pakistanis and Sri Lankan leaders for justice for her slain husband. Arrangements were being made to transport the remains of Mr. Kumara from Lahore to Colombo on a special flight on Monday. A mob comprising hundreds of protesters, including the employees of the factory Kumara was the manager of, had tortured him to death on Friday and later burnt his body. U.S. intelligence is warning that Russia is planning a massive military invasion against Ukraine involving some 175,000 troops as soon as early next year. The Washington Post reported Saturday that an unclassified U.S. intelligence document shows satellite photos of what officials say could be 100 tactical battalion group, as well as has heavy armor, artillery and other equipments. According to Biden administration officials, about half of the Russian forces that would be used in an invasion are already near Ukraine's border, and however, Russia has dismissed new U.S. media reports about a possible Russian attack on Ukraine, accusing Washington of trying to aggravate the situation while blaming Moscow. Another story from the Biden administration. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said that in strengthening its ties with its allies, including South Korea, Australia and Japan, and United States is not seeking to build an anti-China coalition or an Asian version of NATO. Secretary Austin was speaking in California at the Regional National Defense Forum. He also said, however, that the U.S. is committed to maintaining its capacity to resist any resort to force that would jeopardize the security of the people of Taiwan. Austin said the U.S. faces a formidable challenge and the recent military actions by China near Taiwan look a lot like rehearsals. Secretary Austin was in Seoul last week, where he and his South Korean counterpart Soo Wook agreed on the importance of peace and security in the Taiwan Strait, a sign widely seen as an expansion of the scope of the Seoul-Washington alliance. An assassination attempt on Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan was foiled by the country's intelligence yesterday evening. An explosive device was found under a police car near a rally held for Erdogan in the southeastern city of Sirte. Reports said the device was found moments before the rally started. After it was found, the device was dismantled and defused by the bomb disposal team. An investigation to find the perpetrator has reportedly begun. The second day's play between host Bangladesh and visiting Pakistan has been called off due to rain at Mirpur Shere-Bangla National Cricket Stadium today. The first session was called off and play eventually started after the lunch session, where only 6.2 overs were bowled before rain interrupted again. Pakistan were batting on 188 by 2 after 63.2 overs before rain interrupted, and eventually the day 2 play was called off around 3 p.m. local time. Earlier day 1, Pakistan have scored 161 runs, losing 2 wickets and 57 overs against host Bangladesh before had light stopped day's play. Tajul Islam made the breakthrough for Tigers by taking the wicket of Abdullah Shafiq in 19th over. Later, Tajul also removed in form Abid Ali during 25th over. Pakistan captain Babar Azam was batting on 60 while Azhar Ali was unbeaten on 36 at day 1 closing. Meanwhile, pacer Khalid Hussain has replaced Abu Jaid Chaudhry Rahi and Mahmudul Hassan is playing instead of Saif Hassan. Ace all-rounder Saqib Al Hassan has also returned to the playing 11, replacing Yasir Ali Rabbi. Before ending, we go to the Euro-Bangla City SATV News headlines again. Prime Minister stressed building peaceful world, relinquishing arms races while addressing the closing ceremony of 2-day World Peace Conference 2021. Student protest continues demanding road safety. Half fare will be effective in all city corporations from December 11. Hurricane Jawad weakened and turned into a deep depression in the Bay. Country may experience 2 cold waves this month, said Met Office. You're up to date so far here on Euro-Bangla City SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.